Hello dear friends, welcome to my YouTube channel SI Logics Automation. Today I would like to talk about the programmable logic controller. This programmable logic controller is a very popular controller in any industry, and it is very much useful for controlling the different types of processes and the machineries. Today, I just want to talk about the different parts of a programmable logic controller. Here you can see in this particular diagram, there are 4 to 5 different parts are there for the programmable logic controller. So this is only regarding to the hardware part. There is also a software part for the programmable logic controller. So here we can see that it consists of an input module where we can connect the different types of a sensors like a temperature sensor, pressure sensor, toggle switch, push buttons, start button, stop button, limit switch, and whatever the input sensing devices are there that we can connect to the input module. There is such a facilities are there to connect the input module directly we can connect. There is a physically terminals are there, the screws are there, so we can connect over there. And then we have a uh, output module where we can connect the output devices like a motor, heater, then solenoid valve, bulb. So these are the different types of output that we outputs we can connect to the output model. uh, Now this is the central processing unit, which is the brain of any programmable logic controller, because here actually the processing on the input data is to be done, and accordingly it updates the output model. So central processing unit having the capability of doing the mathematical operations and generate the output. Along with the central processing unit, we have here memory. So this memory is having two types here. One is program memory and second is a data memory. So as it is a programmable logic controller, so whatever the sequence of operation we require, we want to give for the machine or any process that can be written in a programming device. And uh, this whatever the program is there, that program we stored, that is stored in a program memory. So it is written over there, it is continuously remain over there in a PLC. But the programming device here, it requires to communicate with the PLC through some communication channel. So here in actually this device we write the program because there is a compatible software is there. For example, if suppose we are using Allen Bradley Micrologix 1400 PLC, then it will utilize RS Logix 500 English. So in that particular software we can write the logic and can download that into a memory program, so it will store in a program memory. Now we have a another, that is the data memory. So here actually what it does, so it continuously stores the changes in the input and output status. So which one input is going to high or low, that is recorded in this particular memory. And that's why this CPU is consist with the memory, so it works very finely and gives us the desired output. So programming devices may be a personal PC, or maybe a laptop, or maybe a handheld device, which can be communicate with the programmable logic controller. And we can make a changes in a software, and can download again it into the PLC and can run the programmable logic controller. And then we can observe the what type of what the uh, either it is desired output or not over there. Obviously, to work all these different parts, we require a power supply. So here we have a power supply block which is shown here. So that is connected to the input module, output module. Also we require a power supply for the central processing unit to work. So this is all about the architecture of programmable logic controller, and it is a limited to the hardware only. Software part is there, depending upon different types of a PLCs, manufacturing PLCs, there are a different softwares are there, but the logic is same. Their syntax may be different, but we can write a same logic in a different format. So that is very nice and very interesting. We will see all that things on this YouTube channel. So in this video, um, it is I in this video I'm just putting this data up to this point. Okay, this point. Then next video we will see the next part of the programmable logic controller. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you.